Morning, everyone. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about this new concept of cocooning. To those of you maybe who are cocooned now and are watching this video, and also to the families who are trying to support you. Obviously this group of over 70s and vulnerable people, there's a huge mix in there. So many of these people are very independent and well and used to being out and socialising. So we need to think about the care levels that are needed within the group and the logistics of all that. But today I want to talk about this psychological care we can offer and our well-being for this group. And if you're in that group, I really encourage you to look at maybe the last two videos, which were about trying to think of activities that were useful for you to pass some time and to increase your well-being. So they might be whatever, Sudoku or crosswords or reading the newspaper or a book or clearing space on the sitting room floor to do your set dancing, whatever it might be. For the families then of those who are trying to support people who are cocooning, this can be very challenging because in terms of our psychological process, it can bring up a lot for us. So a lot around our own anxiety, a lot around, am I a good enough daughter? Am I doing enough for my parents? A lot around our own guilt. So I think it's really important that we communicate very efficiently, which isn't what we're good at here in Ireland in families often, that we communicate our feelings between the family and the people who are trying to cocoon. Because sometimes the family may project out their own fears and may have their own narrative on how lonely the person is going to be, or how, well, I couldn't possibly leave her on her own and all that. And that narrative may actually not match up with the narrative or how the person is feeling who actually is trying to stay by themselves. So communication is key around these things. So on Mother's Day, we saw a lot of people bringing the grandchildren to the window and waving in, and that was lovely. And it may be something that's lovely for a lot of people who are cocooning. But then on the other side, it may not be. For some, they might find that actually just a little bit more distressing or upsetting. So it's about communicating and seeing what's the best way for each individual who's trying to cocoon. So really upping the communications obviously is important, whether that's on the old-fashioned phone or whether they have a smartphone or devices or internet or whatever, in which case grandchildren can be sending photos of the Rice Krispie buns they just made, or, you know, having a quick chat regularly throughout the day so that there's lots of check-ins and lots of communication and the person doesn't feel in any way isolated or on their own. And that's a kind of a normal communication, and it's normalizing things in the best way we can in these circumstances, and it's not upping the anxiety or upping the fear levels that some of our measures might take. So just be careful of that. Communicate between you all and watch that we're not projecting out our own fears, our own guilts or whatever onto others. Okay, so in the meantime, mind yourself, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.